Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. So this week we're going to tackle what I did not think was a controversial topic, and then I read the comments. Can a recruiter effectively and efficiently recruit without a job description or with only a job description? Well, friends, fortunately or unfortunately, the answer is it depends. And obviously, it depends in large part on exactly how we are defining job description. So when I wrote this post, which I will link to it down below so you can see it in all of its lunatic glory, don't worry, I deleted the really egregious comments. There were some very interesting folks showing up in there. But anyway, there was some good discussion. There are definitely people who disagree and who had really good points and shared perspectives that I appreciated. So you can go check it out for yourself if you like. But here's the bottom line for me. When I wrote this post, I was specifically thinking of just a general, do I have a description of what this job will entail? I was not referring to a written, approved, legally blessed, HR verified, ready for the careers page advertisement. That is not what I meant by job description. Thankfully, a couple people asked, imagine that, seeking clarification. What a concept. But, the way I was looking at this question, I stand by my no. So here's why. I could tell you, I'm going to use my team as an example, okay? I have a team of 15 recruiters. It's a very large team. I'm a little overwhelmed, but they're wonderful. So let's say my remit changes drastically in 2026, okay? And let's say, I've got a team of 15, but holy smokes, the work that we have to do and the things that we have to accomplish in 2026, I need 2 more recruiters, right, to get the job done. And I go to my R for R, my recruiter, right, who would hire for my team, and I say, hey, I need a recruiter. What are they going to do with that information? Could go a couple different ways. I'd be like, oh yeah, we got tons of recruiters. It's like 100 million recruiters looking for work. Here's 50 right here that are interested in your team enroll. Okay. Well, that recruiter has 30 years of executive search experience, and I'm hiring for an entry-level hourly recruiter. Or flip it around, that's fine. Maybe I need to go and find a senior, tenured, very experienced, strong executive presence senior recruiter because of the work that they're going to do. And you're sending me a bunch of people who've done tons of high volume hourly. So would you say in that case that maybe having a description of the kind of work I need them to do might be helpful just a little? I know, here's the thing. Go off on a little bit of a tangent here, okay? There are 2 qualities that I think most recruiters have to some degree. And it's a pendulum, right? Sometimes we're way over here on this side, and other times we're way over there on that, and just, back and forth. And I do this. I swing. There are days where I'm super curious. Curiosity is such an important skill for a recruiter. That is just an innate, personality trait that you really need to have and develop if you want to be a good recruiter. You have to be curious. All the way at the other end, we swing past confidence and we go into arrogance. And this is what will bite us every time. And let me explain what I mean by arrogance in recruiting, specifically as it relates to this topic. Oh, you need a recruiter? Oh my God, I've hired 10 recruiters for you. I totally know what you need. I got this. Do you? Because those 10 that you've hired, phenomenal and great at their job, but now I'm solving an entirely different problem. If you bring me another of what I already have, just because the title matches, you're not really solving my actual talent problem. That's the issue. I need you to swing back a little bit more towards the curiosity side and pause and ask, okay, you say you need to hire a recruiter. Tell me more. What do you need them to do? What does that look like? What are the strengths that are maybe missing on your current team? What are the things that we should be looking for that you don't currently have? What do you need to maybe I have a really strong senior bench and I just need some more junior talent to kind of help come in and grow over time. Maybe I've got a bunch of junior talent and I need some seniority here and I need some help like managing and mentoring and training. If you're not stopping to ask and get, what could we call that? We could say a description of the job. If you're not getting that information, how are you going to efficiently and effectively fill my position? These are the questions that recruiters need to be asking of their hiring managers, and this is the information that hiring managers need to be giving to their recruiters. So yes, friends, I stand by that a job description, however you want to describe that, whether that's jotted down on the back of a napkin, whether it's a fully baked, formalized document or whatever, you need something to anchor your search in. If I just give you a title, hey, go find me a hardware engineer, what flavor would you like? It's Baskin Robbins up in here. I got 31 different kinds, okay? You need that context. Now, can we do this with just a job description? Not always. That can be a good start if you have a very thorough and comprehensive job description that goes into not only like technical requirements or responsibilities, but really gets into some of that kind of unspoken territory. Maybe. And I know as a recruiter, I have been stymied time and again, chasing a manager, like physically running around a building, following a manager. I've done this in my past life. I need more information. Yes, I read your job description, but I need to know more. I need to understand the nuances, again, the current team makeup, the gaps, the growth areas, the problem we're trying to solve. The number one question, friends, that both a recruiter and a candidate can ask when it comes to why is this role open and what does this role need? Help me understand what problem you are trying to solve. Write this down. Help me understand what problem you are trying to solve. Because if the problem we're trying to solve is, oh man, we have this fabulous, well-functioning team, we're just so busy, there's just more work than the team can really handle, fabulous. You need somebody who can come in and execute. They're going to have lots of support. They're going to have peers and resources around them that are going to help them get up to speed quickly. Awesome. I get it. I can now go and find that person. That's a very different search than, holy cow, we're down 6 people. We just landed a new client. There's way more work than we can possibly sustain, but I've also lost a lot of brain power and I'm starting fresh from scratch. It's a brand new manager and everything is undefined and there's no documentation and we lost the SOPs in a fire and everything is chaos. That's a different search. Now that's not necessarily documented in a job description, one of those legally blessed ones that goes on the careers page. But that is insight, that is data points, that is an understanding of the problem being solved here that we are then able to share with our prospective candidates and make sure that those candidates, yes, of course, fit the requirements of the role, are interested in the company, are a culture fit, hopefully you can define that, and are interested in taking on whatever this problem is. And that, my friends, is why I believe, my opinion, you cannot be your best self if you do not understand the description of the job we're looking to fill. And with that, I bid you good day, and we'll see you next week.